All right, we got the new setup going on here. I have tested the sound out in this room I don't know how many times. The echo should be non-existent at this point, but if you guys notice an echo, if you guys notice any different in the sound quality from the curtain room to here, please let me know. Sometimes the audio and the video quality, it'll be slightly different when I'm editing the video to the point where I actually upload it to YouTube. So if you guys notice any difference, let me know. I hope you guys like it in here. For those of you that became tied to the curtains, became emotionally invested into the curtains, I promised you guys I would keep the curtains in some form, and I stayed true to my word. Here it is right there. Kept the curtains in here. I'll also be rotating in pictures of different social justice warriors from time to time. As of right now, we have two of our favorites in here. Jamel Hill, right over there. I don't know if you can see her face. You don't want to see her face anyway. And Rex Chapman over here. Now, don't worry, Bomani Jones. Don't worry. I didn't forget about you. You will make it into the rotation at some point. Now, I cannot take any of the credit for putting together this room. I wish I could, but I can't. You guys are only seeing a small portion of the room back here. You're just seeing, the backdrop or whatever. There's a lot more going on in the room. The only contribution that I made was helping to repaint it. My girlfriend did everything in here. She made the shelves by herself by hand. She came up with the design of the room. She figured out the color of the paint. I know it doesn't seem like much, just the part you're seeing, just looking at it, but hours and hours of work went into this. We spent an entire day last weekend just repainting the room. It took forever to figure out how to eliminate the echo. If you're ever lucky enough, like I am, to actually find a good woman, I know there's not a lot of them out there, but if you're ever lucky enough to find a good woman, you better do everything you can to hold on to her. And when I say good woman, I'm not talking about a bad bitch. I'm not talking about Miss Independent. I'm talking about a woman who actually knows how to act and behave like a woman. Anyway, so if you like the studio setup, all the credit goes to the girlfriend. If you don't like it, blame me. Shit all over me for it. Happy Mother's Day to all my mothers out there. All my men out there, I hope you did whatever your mother wanted to do today. My mom, for example. My mom has been begging me to go to church for years. I quit going to church when I was 16 or 17 years old. I think at the time it was more of a rebellious thing, but there were also some things about the church that it just didn't make me comfortable going. Either way, over the last 20 or so years, I can count on one hand how many times I've been to church. So this morning, for Mother's Day, I went to church with my mom. When you haven't been to church in, 2 decades, you become accustomed to your Sunday morning. Sunday morning is my favorite part of the week, especially during NFL season. I like to wake up early on Sunday morning, get my coffee, turn on Netflix. The house is eerily quiet. The neighborhood's quiet. Those few hours on Sunday morning, those few hours are the most peaceful hours of the week. I cherish them. But going to church this morning, I was willing to sacrifice it because my mom is more important. Whatever makes the mom happy, I was going to do. I was fortunate enough to be raised by good parents. I was fortunate enough to be raised by parents with values. I was fortunate enough to be raised by parents who allowed me to be whatever I wanted to be within reason. In the mid to late 90s, sagging pants was a huge trend. I believe the style actually started in prison, but it eventually made its way out to the streets. Black kids, white kids, Hispanic kids, all the kids, all of us were experiencing the fresh ass air sagging our pants. I remember my mom getting on me relentlessly every time she saw me sagging my pants, every time she saw my ass hanging out. Pull your pants up. No one wants to see your behind. That's what my mom called an ass, your behind. I just call it an ass. Anyway, she asked and she asked and she asked me to quit doing it. Being the rebellious teenager that I was, I didn't listen. I continued allowing my ass to feel the gentle breeze of southern air. One day I come home from school. I didn't have any pants left. My mom threw them all away. She figured if I didn't know how to wear pants correctly, I just wouldn't be wearing pants at all. That's an example of what good parents do. They allow you to be yourself within reason. When they notice you fucking up, They take action to put you back on the right path. Now let's contrast that method of parenting with the parenting style of Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade. I think Dwyane Wade has 4 children. Maybe he has 5. If he had 100 fucking kids, the only child who would receive any attention, especially from the mainstream media, the only child who is propped up as the leader of the teen LGBT community is Zaya Wade, formerly known, I think, as Zaya Wade, if I'm not mistaken. We have covered this child extensively here on the channel. Just like every time we talk about this, I'm going to attempt to keep my criticism on the adults in this situation and away from the child. To be honest with you, Dwyane Wade should be ashamed of himself. This dude has allowed Gabrielle Union to corrupt his young son. And look, this is not a case of me putting all the blame on the woman. I'm putting the blame on Dwyane Wade. This is his kid. As the man, you're supposed to be the leader of the family. You're supposed to be the one setting the example. If I came home at 10, 11 years old and I told my mom that I wanted to become a pussycat and she supported my decision, my dad would have put an end to that bullshit immediately. If my mom told my dad that she was going to start buying me dresses and high heels, I think my dad would have got me as far away from her influence as he could. Not Dwyane Wade, though. No. He allows his wife to convince him to allow their teenage son to be who he wants to be, which is a fucking she. Earlier this week, Dwyane Wade, Gabrielle Union, they were at the Met Gala. For those of you that don't know what the fuck the Met Gala is, which was me, I'd heard of the Met Gala, I just had no idea what the fuck it was. The Met Gala. It is considered one of the biggest fashion events in the world. It's an annual event where a bunch of woke dumbasses get together and they show off the free clothes they receive from designers. D. Wade, Gabrielle Union, they're there walking the red carpet, and the obvious topic comes up. How do you deal with raising a transgender child? You know, I actually feel bad for Zaya Wade. This child is being pimped out by the parents at 12, 13 fucking years old. This child's being pimped out to be the face of the youth LGBT movement. Anyway, they are asked the same question or a similar question they've been asked 1,000 times. I want you to listen to the answer from Dwyane Wade, but I want you to pay close attention to Gabrielle Union. She speaks up at one point. I want you to notice the condescension in her answer. I want you to notice the venom in the tone of her voice. You got to pay close attention because it happens quickly. Roll the film.
And I just have to thank you because you've been amazing with your daughter. It's pretty incredible. What keeps you going, fighting for her?
Just being a father and just seeing our child grow up every day and doing what you're supposed to do as a parent is to make sure that you sit back and, you see what it is in life that they want to do, and you try to go there with them and try to help them mold them into what it is they want to be and who they want to be. So we're just doing our part, as parents. And we love our kids, and we get to see them every day. That's what people on the outside don't get to see, but we know them and we see them all the time. So.
Yeah, and we believe them when they tell us who they are.
Let me start off by saying real quick, I'm not a parent. I hope I never will be a parent, but I'm not a parent. I don't know anything about raising a kid. I am coming at this from the perspective of how I was raised. I'm thinking about this from my parents' point of view, how they raised me, how they would have reacted if Zaya Wade was their child. Something Dwyane Wade said really stuck out to me. He said something to the effect of, seeing the way your child is going, the path your child is taking, and going there with them. What Dwyane Wade is essentially saying, I'm following the lead of my child. Isn't it supposed to be the other way around? I know when I was growing up, my fucking parents, they didn't follow my lead. I was supposed to follow theirs. That didn't mean I always did, but even if I didn't follow their lead as a teenager, as an adult, the values they instilled in me made me who I am today. My parents, especially my dad, He didn't change his values. He didn't change his mind based off the opinion of his 13-year-old son. What self-respecting man follows the lead of a child? Kids are stupid. And I don't mean that in a negative sense. I guess a better word would be ignorant instead of stupid. Kids just don't know. They don't have enough life experience to make sound decisions. That's why they have parents. Thank God I didn't have a mother like Gabrielle Union or a father like Dwyane Wade. We believe them when they tell us who they are. There isn't a 13-year-old kid walking this earth that knows who the fuck they are. One day they want to be Taylor Swift. The next they want to be Taylor Heineke. God help them if they ever want to be Taylor Lorenz. Of course, now the deplorables on Twitter like Taylor Lorenz, they're in full-blown boner mode over Dwyane Wade. What a great example of good parenting. Everyone should have a father and mother like Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union who allow their kids to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Some person, and I say person because I don't know if they're a man or a woman, but they're named Alani Baby. Alani Baby, whatever the fuck that means. But Alani Baby is supposedly a sex and relationship expert. Judging by the Twitter picture, Alani Baby, I'm assuming, is an expert in transgender sex, where men who turn into women have sex with women who turn into men or whatever the fuck. I don't know. It's all confusing. Alani Baby, though, she praised Dwyane Wade for creating an environment conducive to a trans child. I also saw a story where Dwyane Wade was quoted about his son Zaya knowing at 8 years old that he wasn't supposed to have a dick. 8 fucking years old. Someone please tell me how an 8-year-old kid is even thinking about something like this. Did he learn this at home? In this case, I really don't think so. I don't think Dwyane Wade or Gabrielle Union taught them this at home. Zaya Wade learned to be transgender at fucking school. Recently, Dwyane Wade told a story about when his son was 8 years old. His gay school teacher grooming him to be gay or transgender. Of course, Dwyane Wade didn't explain the story that way, but that's exactly how it happened. Instead of being pissed off about it like normal parents would be, in the past, if a teacher was teaching a child about sex, they would be arrested. Instead of being pissed off about it, Dwyane Wade praised the fucking teacher for grooming his son. What happened to teachers teaching kids how to read and write? Literacy levels among children are at record lows. We have kids graduating from high school who can't read the fucking menu at McDonald's, but they sure as hell know how to dye their hair purple. They know how to make an appointment with the trans doctor to change their gender. Little Tommy, he can't read, but he damn sure knows how to change his fucking name. The problem is, he don't know how to spell it. The transgender movement, when it comes to children anyway, the transgender movement with kids is the epitome of evil. This is pure evil. I feel bad for Zaya Wade. I really do. Dwyane Wade, Gabrielle Union, they would rather be this child's friend than its parents. Friends are supposed to be understanding. Friends are supposed to be supportive. Your parents are not. Your parents aren't your friends. Your parents are supposed to guide you. They're supposed to teach you how to be a young man or a young woman. They're not supposed to teach you how to change into a young man or a young woman. Dwyane Wade, he made another comment saying, Zaya has taught me so much. Zaya is not supposed to be teaching you, Dwyane Wade. You're supposed to be teaching him. What the hell can a 13-year-old kid teach a grown man? What the hell do I know? I'm not a parent. All my parents out there, you let me know what you think. Dwyane Wade, Gabrielle Union, giving advice on how to raise children. Are you going to follow their advice? For your child's sake, I hope not. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com. KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.